Hello, thank you for joining us for another video. I am accompanied today by Monty, who is waiting patiently or impatiently in the back, just because he's seen what we're parked in front of. We're parked in front of the sea. I think he's desperate just to have a little, maybe a little duke into the water, or even just to smell it. But we are here in Whitehills, a little village up in the northeast of Scotland here, just in between Portsoy and Banff, and we're going to have a little walk around the village. I don't believe I've ever been to Whitehills. Only live about half an hour away, but I don't believe I've ever been here before. I could be totally wrong, but I've definitely been within the area, just never in the sort of the village before. We're going to have a little walk around the sort of by the harbour, just talk a little bit about it, by the sea town, and yeah, join us. Here he comes. He's the star of the show. Hey, Monty. So I'm really not sure where we're going. I think we're just going to have a quick walk along this way, but then head towards the harbour after that. Might get a little bit lost. It's a glorious day here in Whitehills. Very calm here. I've just came across this sign, public footpath to the beach. So we just sort of went up the slight hill opposite the harbour. So we're actually heading away from Whitehills at the moment. Just wanted to have a quick look to see what sort of access you could get to the beach here. Then we'll head back towards the sea town. Got a boat out in the centre of the water there. Still got some houses on the right here too. Yeah, I think this is just a little beach area. Monty leading the way, as always. It's about 13 degrees at the moment. It actually feels a little bit warmer than that. It's around about 10 o'clock in the morning too, so it's still quite early on. I think it's due to heat up in the next couple of hours though, so I thought we'd get out early while we can, for Monty as well. A bit better for him. Don't mind getting up early on a day like this though. Is he going in the water? Are you going in, Monty? Are you not sure? Yeah, really calm down here. I think we're only about 2 minutes into this video, but I've already given in to Monty, given him his first biscuit of the trip. Eh? I just for a bit of wayfinding, we've got the town of Banff over on the east, over here, and then over to the west will be towards Portsoy, Sandown, Cullen direction. So we've just came from this direction over here, just panning round towards the Marina. There's actually private access here, there's a house just here, so we're not going to go any further. But that's the washing line and stuff up there. What are you doing, Monty? But yeah, you can see the lighthouse over there, and then the harbour, the Marina. We're going to head across there just now. Now, Whitehills was established about in the 16th century, and currently it has around 1,000 people, 1,000 population people living here. And it wasn't until 1999 that the harbour here was actually sort of redeveloped into like a marina, and we'll go to the marina as we make our way around towards there in just a few moments. Certainly a lot of new smells for Monty. Can't get him away from that smell there. We just came from this direction and we're just heading round down towards where we parked, but also the marina and the harbour is just down here. Here, part of the sea town, right by the water, heading towards the marina. And as we get a bit closer to the harbour / marina, there's like a walk, like a 5-mile walk that you can take from Whitehills all the way to the Banff harbour too. It'd be quite nice to do one day, never know. Actually, just looking at this, you can actually go down to the beach. Come on, Monty, we'll have a little look. Oh, there we go. Again, the water's nice and calm here. One is like slipping in a little bit there. It's not quite dipping his toes in yet though, or his paws. Monty, you look like you've got a sandy beard already. Hey. Looks like there's a bird sleeping right at the end of this walkway here. Don't want to disturb it. I always love coming to like villages and towns up in the northeast of Scotland on days like this, or any other day in general to be fair, but when you get a day like this, it is just magic. Just found this notice board actually from the Whitehills and District Community Council, but this is called the Hythe, and with no proper harbour facilities available, Whitehills fishermen had to use small rocky inlets such as the Hythe seen here in which to moor their small fishing line boats. Is that here maybe? What are you peeking around for, Monty? With no protection from the open sea, the men had to haul their boats clear of the water when storms arose and many of the vessels were hauled right onto the nearby street. I wonder if this is it here, potentially. Hey Monty, can we get around that way? No, we can't. You're in the shade though, good boy. Are you going to come back? Just stopped off here before we make our way to the marina, but just a bit of an overview of the sea town itself. There is also houses further behind them too, but yeah, some cracking views here. We are just next to Downey's, which is like a factory for like fish and chips, and yeah, or fish I should say. They must catch them and then process them here too. A bit of a fork in the road here, so you can actually there's a cycle path actually from this way where I forgot to point out earlier to Portsoy, and this can take you to Banff by cycling or by walking. And just show you Downey's here. There's also a nice lighthouse here. Just get our first proper view of the harbour slash marina here at Whitehills. We're going to go walk along to the lighthouse in just a little while. We're actually just going to stop for a little drink here, maybe try and get some shade, or we'll just have hopefully get a seat somewhere else. There's some benches over here at the wee Helium Bistro. Don't think it's open just yet. So we have just stopped off here at the little picnic benches, and Monty's got a little chew in the water. And I think I maybe mispronounced where we stopped off at, but it's the Healing Restaurant, the Wee Healing Restaurant, or Bistro, Wee Healing Bistro here in Whitehills. Can't just see the opening hours if it shows you. So yeah, they're actually closed Monday, Tuesdays, and they're open Wednesday. So this is a Wednesday today, open at 12 today, open right through the weekend as well. And they must do coffees and meals and things. And actually, there's a hotel here in Whitehills called the Seafield. It also does meals as well. And there's also another like a bistro place up by the main village called the Rockfish too. Here's just the sign: the Wee Healing Bistro, quality food using local produce. And also just off in the distance here we've got the building for the Whitehills Marina. Well, we'll get some cracking views of the sea in a little while. Just show you some of the pontoon berths. I think I was reading it's around about 47 pontoon berths possibly. I'm going to just check my notes. I think that's what is in here at Whitehills. Yeah, 47 pontoon berths here in Whitehills, and I believe every August they hold like a regatta for fishermen or for sailors. That happens every August, so this is currently May, so it was not too far away until that's on the go. Now we're panning around towards the harbour, and we'll head over to the lighthouse. It's got quite a few different flags here. You can see like a Sweden flag, there's a Denmark flag over there, a Germany flag, Belgian, English, a Dutch flag, but also a Scotland flag too. And as we head over to the lighthouse, the lighthouse was actually built in 1900 and it's closed now, but yeah, in 1900 it was opened, and we'll just get a little bit closer in just a few moments time. But it's nice and quiet here, really nice and quiet. One other bistro or cafe that I forgot to mention, what I better just mention if anyone is in the area, is Aunt Meg's Cafe. That is another one in this area. I missed that when I spoke about the other two just a few moments ago. You also get a good overview of the town, or the sea town, just around here too. I think we'll stop off and get some photos of Monty and some footage for the video too. Just panning around, you can see the lighthouse off in the distance up the steps here. And yeah, over this direction, what I'm looking at would be the likes of Portsoy and Sandown, Cullen. All those areas I absolutely love coming up to this coastline here in Scotland. I think Monty does as well. Okay. Just stopped at the end of the pier, if you could call it the pier here at Whitehills. A little bit choppier there. No views of Banff at the moment. We will get a good view of Banff when we got a little bit higher up on higher ground. Not sure what that's moving in there. Maybe it's just the water. Okay. I wonder if we can get a little bit higher up here. So a little view of the lighthouse. It's quite narrow. So I wonder if I can make it up it myself here. Leave Monty at the bottom, hopefully. The lead's long enough. Yeah, he's staying down there, that's fine. Yeah, here is the lighthouse. We've got some views. As I say, this was built in 1900. Now, not too far away from us here in Whitehills, there's a little, a tiny little village, if you even call it a village, called Boyndy. And within that, or just next to that, is like the Gramping Kart Club. So it's like go-karting, a racetrack there. A lot of people learn how to race in that facility. So definitely, if you've got kids or anything, maybe check that out if you're in the area, or even try and join the club potentially, if that's a possibility. There's also the Boyndy Visitor Centre, which is not too far away as well. We're not going to visit that today, but that is an option for people in the area to visit. Basically, a lot of history of the area is within that visitor centre. And actually just a few miles inland as well, there used to be an RAF base here, or this in the area. So it used to be RAF Banff, and it's basically played a pivotal role in protecting the area during the Second World War. It no longer is open now, but it still exists, I believe. There's still possibly maybe like a overgrown runway potentially. But yeah, the main base up here now is RAF Lossiemouth, just along the coast towards Elgin area. Just came up slightly higher ground just beyond the harbour / marina. Came across a sign here for the Whitehills Harbour. There's some old pictures here of the old harbour and some of the fishermen that used to work at the harbour itself. This is in 1940. Some of the boats. You've also got the coastal walks here. But yeah, this is a bit of history, if you can read that. So to be precise, this is the new harbour, built at the very end of the 19th century and established as a trust harbour by an Act of Parliament in 1895. The old harbour was where Downey's, where we reported earlier, the fish factory now stands. Fishing has been the lifeblood of the village, going back even further. However, with boats coming to the shore at the height, proposals for the new harbour were made in 1890. And you can read the rest there. There was a dog just coming behind us there, so I couldn't read the rest of it, but hopefully you've been able to maybe read some of it there. But this is some of the nature. You can see some of the birds, some of the crabs and such like, some of the plants. And yeah, there's some nice benches over here. Benches and also picnic benches too. There's actually a really nice monument here to remember the fishermen that have been lost at sea. It was in the Whitehills area, and it was actually unveiled by the Duke of Kent in October 2015. But yeah, really nice here. Little picture here of a lighthouse. Choppy seas there. But yeah, 26th October 2015 it was open, so almost 11 years ago. And there is some more picnic benches and tables over here. And we're coming towards the caravan park, I believe, just around the corner here. So evidently we're not allowed dogs down here. There's a sign here saying no dogs allowed, so we can't go down that way. But there's a bit of a play park here, there's some swings. I think I've actually been here before. I said I've never been to Whitehills before, but I believe I've maybe been in this bit before, but I've never been in the main town before. Yeah, we're going to have a walk along this way anyway, and then you can actually see the first glimpse of Banff right off in the distance there. Right there. It's got the play park here at Whitehills, just next to the caravan site. And as we sort of walk around by the caravan site, we're actually going to find hopefully the Red Well. So this is actually like a Roman structure that its name sort of derives from the water spring it was built to protect, which sort of used to leave like a red reserve. That's why it was called the Red Well. Now, as I say, we're just going to approach the caravan site and hopefully get to the Red Well as well. The Red Well as well, yes. And yeah, this is the Whitehills Caravan Park. I'm not sure how many statics there is here, but I guess it'd be quite well used, especially in the summertime. We're approaching the summertime now, so I guess it'll start getting very busy with people that either own them or rent them out here. So as I mentioned earlier, this is part of the 5-mile walk from Whitehills to Banff, and we're on it just now. I've seen quite a few cyclists on this path as well. And we're just coming around the corner here. So you've got like Banff Links Caravan Park over in the distance here too, plus Banff, and then of course you've got Macduff beyond that, and then Tarlayer. Absolutely love to go into Tarlayer, especially going to view the outdoor pool. Haven't made it to the cafe yet while it's been open, but we've done it on an evening when it was closed. Definitely worth a check out of that if you ever get the chance to, if you're in the area. Very iconic outdoor Lido within this in the northeast of Scotland. We stopped off just at the bench here. It got a really good view, just for Monty to have a drink. Glorious day. Keep on saying it, but it's a glorious day here. There's a big ship off in the distance here. I don't know if I can quite see it with the zoom here, but I'll try my best to. Is it just there somewhere, just in the centre there? Somewhere there anyway. So we just stopped off at that bench there, but I believe the Red Well is this little structure right over here off in the distance here. But the camera can pick it up. It's just there. We're just going to make our way there just now. So we're getting our last view of Banff from this angle anyway. We might be able to see it from the top of some of the hills, but now we're just approaching the Red Well, which is just around the corner here. Now we are just about to approach the Red Well behind us, but there's actually a little bit of a sign for it, some more information. This is it here in the picture. As you can see, it is just in the centre of the shot up there. But locally, I guess it's called the Reed Wall. So a short distance from this board, you will see an unusual ancient-like building called the Red Wall, pronounced locally as the Reed Wall. So yeah, Reed is like a Scottish name for red. Here is an extract from the fascinating facts and observations of the wall written by several years ago by local man Charles Napier. You can read some of that if you like. pause the video. Or you can pause the video. Just reading it myself. There's also some local pictures, or some local children have done some pictures of the Reedwell. Sorry. Here. Yeah, we're going to go up just now. As we approach the Reedwell, you actually see some like red deposits on the ground here. I didn't actually realise that. If you can, hopefully the video's picking it up along here. And yeah, you can definitely see it red on the cobblestones here too. Yes, definitely left a lot of deposits here. Yeah, this is it here. He's having a little look himself. So this well is one of the several Charlie Beat springs in the county recognised as having remedial properties and is thought to date back to Roman times. In the 18th century it was a stage on the itinerary of the popular circular walk from Banff to of taking the waters. So here we go. Little look and see. See the water coming out of it there? Oh, see my camera's not working, there we go. Let's sit here. So we have just made it from the Reedwell and now we're going into Whitehills itself. I'll try and point out the Rockfish Cafe, also Aunt Meg's cafe, and also the Seafield Arms too, as we make our way back from the car. But this road here is quite narrow, you can only just fit one car to the Reedwell down to the caravan site. Yeah, not much room for anything more than that. We're just going to pan around. We've got like a big football pitch here. I believe Whitehills is one of the local teams here play. And yeah, we're going to walk back into the village. I'm not sure what sort of view we can get here actually from the Banff. Potentially quite a good one. It's quite good. This is going to be sort of our last sighting of Banff in this video. I would have thought, unless we stop off on the road somewhere. This is it here. And yeah, this is the main road back into Whitehills. Just realised I recorded about a 1 minute of footage there, but it hasn't saved. So we've got the Rockfish fish and chip shop here. The Premier store is here. It's like a local supermarket or local shop more than a supermarket, and behind that was the Aunt Meg's cafe. But I'm a bit annoyed at myself that it didn't record, so I didn't get that footage there. But I just wanted to point out what it was anyway. Now I don't know if I've ever recorded in a toilet before. I've just stopped off at the public toilets on the street here, but basically we're here, but I thought this was a really nice photo of the Harbour Marina and then sort of the sea town here. So yeah, we're here, we're parked along here somewhere, I believe. But yeah, I just thought that was quite a nice picture. Just got all these like nice little side streets and that here in Whitehills. Also got a post box here. Some information here, but also there's information of Seafield Arms here too. Just some of the offerings they have. I thought I'd point out the local church here. There's a clock tower here, dates back to around 1840. We're not going to go towards it, but we are just going to head towards Seafield Arms just now and then head back to the car. But I thought I would point that out, it's right there. Here is the Seafield Arms as well, the hotel here. We've got serve food and they've also got accommodation and a nice beer garden it looks like. Hello, you okay? Go back to the car now, yeah? Come on then. Also looks like they've got a studio party here in Whitehills too. Lots of nice things it looks like. Sorry, I just cut that clip short there. There was a Labrador approaching us, a really nice couple there with a black lab, female lab. We just chatted to them for a few minutes. Monty was absolutely in his element with that dog there. Yeah, it's always nice to bump into people with Labradors as well, especially female ones for Monty. Yeah, now we are almost back to the car. It's around about, I think it's about 11:30 right now. The sun is coming, and also goes away again, but it's quite cloudy, but it's nice, also a nice blue sky off in the distance as well. And I'm quite surprised with Monty, he never once wandered into the water even though we were right next to it. That Labrador there that we were just with, it was absolutely soaking. But yeah, Monty today wasn't that keen. I actually missed this sign earlier on. A little bit more information here. So the rocky foreshore of Whitehills has always proved fascinating for villagers and visitors alike. The more prominent rocks have been given names, so there's actually names for some of these. So there's Scappa's Craig, close to the shore and situated between the site of the old harbour and the Hythe, so that must be over this direction over here. We've got the Fitcue, or the White Cow. Beyond that, to the rock inland island known as the Cable Tail. Situated on this rock is a metal mooring ring which has been used to fasten cables to assist sailing vessels exiting the harbour. You've got the Rocking Cradle, a huge rock which seems to rest on a small ridge of rocks. The Scottish Craig as well, they're all named a little bit after Craig. They've got the Craig Neen too, a high monument as well. Just funny because my name's Craig, and it's always funny seeing things in this area across North East Scotland being called Craig. Lots of things. I guess the name Craig comes from the word crag, which is also a Scottish word too. So we've made it back to the car now, and there's actually a big chopper that was just flying about. So we actually just hooked up my mic so you can hopefully hear me. Hopefully you can see Monty. You want to come here a second? Up. Up. Yeah, so we had a great walk along to the Marina, to the harbour, also seen the Reed Well, which is also good. Oh, that's my car just locked itself. But now we're going to head home. I want to thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next time in another video. Bye. What big biscuit? Good boy. Bye.